Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back here today with another competitive discussion video, and today we're talking about one of the most vile, heinous Pokemon of all time. Yes, that's right, the ruiner of both Gen 6 OU and Gen 7 OU, but fortunately, he was booted from both of these metagames, Dugtrio. So I figured, it's been 2 years since Dugtrio was banned. Why not talk about, what if it was back in the metagame? Do I believe it could even come back in the metagame? And, that kind of stuff. So yes, it's been 2 years since Dugtrio was banned. My jam vets, I know they've been gone forever. Since 2017, I think we got rid of them. When did we get rid of Dugtrio? Like end of 2017, something like that is when it got banned. But yes, so I figured, Dugtrio has been gone for long enough. I do truly believe that Dugtrio was broken back then. I believe I made a video after it got banned about the ban, saying I agree with it. And yeah, back then I thought Dugtrio was so broken. It could trap so much stuff. It made stall off the wall good. Ooh, bars. Hold up, bars. Anyway. Yes, Dugtrio made stall way too good, and just in general, I don't like trapping mechanic. I don't even like pursuit and stuff like that. Magnezone, at least you can limit because it can only trap steel types, and it can still lose to steel types like Kartana and Heatran. But Dugtrio, Arena Trap, oh my god, it's basically Gothitelle, bro. And they tried to even ban Gothitelle from Ubers at one point, I remember. But I'm getting off topic. Basically, we're going to be talking about Dugtrio. I want to discuss, the possible sets it could run, which are basically the same as what it used to run, and just how I think it would match up in today's metagame. But before we get into that, of course, go check out the agency merch. The link will be below in the description. Only 2 days left, so go cop this merch. And then these designs are never coming back. Of course, merch will return, but we're going to have a whole different design and layout. So, cop this merch while you can. This is the first agency drop. Of course, the agency day stream is also tomorrow at around 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. So definitely make sure you set time apart to go watch that. We're going to be streaming all night. We're just trying to get, some final agency sales. And we're going to have some new merch. Not even close. It's going to be some accessory type shit. So don't miss that. But yeah, agency day stream tomorrow. And, the merch out. So go check that out. And we're back. So not Nidoking. Sorry, Dugtrio. Nidoking, I ain't a fan. But anyway. Dugtrio, yes. So Dugtrio back in the day was banned mainly because of the Sash and Ground DMZ set is what I want to say. Scarf has its uses, which I'll talk about later on. But I think Scarf is definitely less reliable than the other two sets. So I don't actually have any Dugtrio teams, but I can make them on screen for you if you want. I have one replay which shows the second time I ever used Dugtrio in tournament. You can see the date. It's July 1st, 2017. So more than 2 years ago. That's when it was legal, right? But I'm using a team that Mr. Janvet created. He gave to me versus Ray Scarface, and this game is pretty straightforward. Like, I didn't play bad, but I didn't play like extremely great. Like, I made all the right plays I needed to make, but my matchup was pretty great too. So if you're looking at the point of this team, T-Tar is Assault Vest, and then Dugtrio was Z Ground. So together they're meant to pursuit trap most of the annoying stuff for Zard. Dugtrio able to get rid of Chansey and stuff like that, Pex, while T-Tar is able to get rid of Lottie, which, Dugtrio is obviously not able to take care of. So looking at Ray Scarface's team, I saw a lot of stuff that was weak to my Dugtrio. Clef can get screeched and 2-hit KO'd. That's what it is. Hold up. Never mind. Sorry. I'll talk about that later. I'm sorry. Clef can get 2-hit KO'd by... not 2-hit KO'd. It can get 1-hit KO'd by Ground DMZ Earthquake after getting screeched. Ferrothorn similarly can take a lot from Z Ground. Zygarde can take a lot from Z Ground. He reveals to be banded, so all I had to do was get Zygarde to around 50-60%, and I could trap it if needed to be. As you can see, I have no 1,000 arrows switching, but Mew was pretty good back then. Heatran, of course, gets fully taken care of. His Keldeo is Scarf, so I can't trap that, and his Landorus T obviously can't be trapped. But looking at the matchup, he had a lot of grounded mons that would get messed up by Dugtrio, and Z Ground was way better than Sash and Scarf here because I was able to actually put on like a good hit. I think my Dugtrio actually ends up trapping the Heatran, which is great because then I can just click Flamethrower and win with Zard pretty easily. And I won this game quite easily too because, like I said, the matchup was pretty solid. The only threat he had was an SD Smackdown Landorus T, but I played around that and I had a faster Mew, so it was like, I couldn't really lose to it. But yeah, that was just an example of a Dugtrio balance. There is Dugtrio stall, obviously. I can make that right now, in fact. I remember it by heart. Fuck Trio, my bad. Dugtrio. So this is actually a team I used in, what's it called? OLT way back. I believe it was these four. Dugtrio was on it, and now I actually am failing to remember the last two. Was Sableye on it? No, Sableye wasn't on it. What was on this shit? It had double defog with Zapdos and some other kid. I forgot. Ah, shit, how did I forget this? Oh, Mew was on it, but there was some other guy. But you get the point, bro. Dugtrio was seen on stall most of all, and I don't even have to tell you about the OG stall, which is Pex, Dugtrio, Scarm, Chansey. That's the one I was most known for. Like, not I was known for, but that's the one I had the most experience with. I was very good at utilizing that stall. But anyway, Dugtrio, I've been talking about it for too long now. That boy was basically used on stall for the most part. He had his use on offense. The Scarf set is pretty good in that sense. I remember you could bring this thing in. Revenge kill a +1 Volcarona. You know, that's crazy. Revenge kill a +1 Volcarona. They can't go anywhere. You're +1. You're faster because of Scarf. This set was also really good for taking care of Tapu Koko because Tapu Koko was known as one of the few mons that could get rid of stall thanks to Taunt and Roost. But Dugtrio with the Scarf is able to pivot in on that. Dugtrio can actually live HP Ice too. At full HP, so you can switch it on HP Ice and kill that thing. Dugtrio Spadef is underrated. It's obviously trash, like it dies to a lot of shit, but it can live HP Ice from many electric types. For example, it can even live Mega Manectric HP Ice. That's a roll. But you know, Mega Manectric is way stronger than Koko, so HP Ice from Koko doesn't even scratch. And Dugtrio can even mess up and switch into U-turn one time. I've had that happen in many battles where I accidentally switched in my Dugtrio on a U-turn from Koko, but I still was able to get some mileage out of it. So this is the Sash set: Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Reversal, Toxic. You can run a number of different moves. You can run Sub, you can run Sucker Punch, you can run all that shit. This is just the stuff I used to run. I don't even like Sash that much. I think Sash is only really good on stall. Other than that, I would never use Sash. I think Z Ground and Scarf are probably superior. Scarf is seen less and definitely harder to do work with, but Sash, I feel like you only need it on stall. I wouldn't use it on anything else. But either way, yes, the point of this is to 2-hit KO and trap most big threats to stall. You know, Bantar, Heatran, Pex, all the stuff that would annoy stall most of the time is easily gotten rid of by Dugtrio. Obviously, that's why it got banned. Stealth Rock is just some good support. You're actually able to get up rocks on a lot of stuff with Dugtrio right before you kill something. You know, if you have your Sash intact, you can get up rocks and then kill it if you want. That's not bad. Reversal is there just to hit steel types, Chansey hard. Yeah, and then Toxic is there to just chip away at, you know, I don't know, maybe you want to sack it and just get off a Death Toxic, I don't know, so you don't get set up on by Gera or something. That could work out. Ground DMZ, so this is the set. I have this wrong. This is the set. Okay, you can also run Toxic over Reversal, but Sub, Screech, Earthquake. This is basically tailor-made. That's the set I had in this game, by the way, and that's the set that everyone was running back then. It was this. Again, you can run Toxic or whatever over Reversal if you want, but the point of this set is you completely destroy Chansey and Pex no matter what. You Screech Pex. Well, you don't Screech Pex. You just Z Ground and Oko Pex. And even if they burn you, it doesn't matter because they're going to take like 98 from it anyway, and you can't die to Scald. So even if they burn you, they're still fucked by this set, which is great because back in the day, before people ran Ground Z took off pretty quickly, but before people ran Ground Z, Pex could just stay in, take 56 from Earthquake, Scald, burn you, and now you're walled, and your Dugtrio died, and Pex is alive. So it's like the worst case scenario. But this set fortunately allows you to truly get rid of all the threats. I believe Sub needs to have specific HP EVs, maybe 201 is what I'm assuming. Yeah, so that you can get the 1 HP after 4 subs, and then Reversal to kill Chansey, something like that. Dugtrio's attack boost was very well, was like very much needed. That shit was epic. But yeah, this is the Ground Z set. This set is truly demonic at trapping everything. This made balanced teams very hard to deal with, in my opinion. This set, you can run it on stall too, but this set made balanced teams very hard to deal with because it was always getting a kill. With 100 base attack is pretty awful in Gen 7, but thanks to Z-move and the fact that, you know, Dugtrio literally gets to pick who it wants to kill at team matchup, which is a big deal. You know, 100 attack wasn't too low. It was fine because Dugtrio was able to pick out its targets. And then Scarf, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Toxic, Pursuit. Pursuit might seem weird, but I have had Pursuit when I played back then with Dugtrio just because you're able to get rid of stuff that could potentially switch on you, which is like ghost types. So back then it was Blissef and Gengar. Gengar had way more usage back then. Blissef wasn't used. I don't even think Blissef was out at the beginning of SM. I don't remember. Either way, no, it wasn't. And Gengar was never used. So, well, it's not used anymore, but back then it was used a shit ton. Now people don't use Gengar. But back then, Gengar was pretty good at dealing with stall, or it was okay. It wasn't that good because, you know, Sableye and Peck still beat it. But Pursuit on Dugtrio was basically just to deal with that thing. You can run whatever. Earthquake and Stone Edge are just the important moves. This thing's main thing was beating Koko for stall. I had a stall with it. The Alomo Mola Zapdos shit I showed you, that had Scarf. So I have used all types of Jam Vets, bro. So yeah, anyway, Dugtrio, broken. You can run Banded. It's probably not terrible. It's probably worse than Ground Z, though. It's probably definitely inferior. Looking at some of my teams, I guess we can just scroll through this. I don't have the viability rankings on me right now, but I have too many teams. I'm going to just go back to my SPL teams because those are always like... I know those are kind of old at this point because they're from March, so it's been 5 months. I guess the meta is more like rain and bullshit focused, but these are still good teams, so we can see in theory, you know, how they could perform. So let's look at this team, Money, for example. This is a team you would see today. This is a team I used like in SPL, and I won with it, and I also used this exact team like 2 years ago with something else over Sharpedo. It's not like Heatran, Greninja, Lando, Tangrowth is any revolutionary 2019 core. This shit's been around forever. But anyway, let's talk about Dugtrio. So if I had a Dugtrio here, I could easily trap Heatran, kill it. I could trap Lele and Z Ground to destroy that thing. Shark can get killed if it's not +1 speed, but it most likely will be. And I'm hard-walled by Landorus, Tangrowth, and scared out by Greninja, which is understandable. However, I would definitely be able to find an opportunity to kill off both Heatran and Lele. I feel like I would be able to get both of those kills because you just need to bring a simple Volt Turn. And who are the Pokemon you switch into Volt Turn? Landorus T at Scarf? Okay, well, you know, then you're getting chipped if rocks are up. Tangrowth, but it can't take U-Turn. And then AV, it doesn't have leftovers or anything. So even with Regenerator, it's still going to get punished pretty badly. So eventually you're going to have to go to Heatran, something like that. Get trapped. Lele, like I said, dies to Ground Z. That's just one example. Sorry. I closed out of my teams. Fuck. But these are all like crazy ass teams. But even then, you can see that most teams possess a Pokemon that Dugtrio would love to trap. Look at this team. Oh my god. If Sand isn't up, it's killing everybody. The Drill's getting sniped. T-Tar's dying to Z-Ground. Zone's getting sniped. Gone. Look at this team. The ability to trap Mag is great. Honestly, that ability is just great because Mag sucks. It's such an annoying Pokemon to deal with. Magnezone, I mean. So the ability to trap, that's awesome. And even just being at 1 HP, like think about the amount of stuff Dugtrio can 1v1. Scarf Cart, send it out. You have your Sash, click reversal, dead. Lopunny, same shit, click reversal, it's dead. There's so much stuff thanks to Sash that you can also just get rid of, and that's why it's so good for stall teams to take care of. Like Serp, for example. That's why I ran Toxic back in the day, because I wanted to hit Serp. I even had Aerial Ace on some too. People used to run Aerial Ace for like Heracross and shit, because when stall was a big deal, everyone ran all types of stall countermeasures, and even then it wasn't enough. But yup, this HO Komodo team, it's still going to trap somebody on this team. Z-Ground is always good at getting a kill. Zardoy Balance, it's still going to kill Pex and Magnezone. So I'm just really going through the teams. I know some of these are like crazy, like this Lilligant bullshit, but for the most part, you can see that any team, even the fun teams I use, they all follow some sort of defensive or offensive framework, and you can see that Dugtrio is definitely able to get rid of a key component on all of these teams thanks to Arena Trap. So yeah, I mean, looking through these teams, I'm not convinced by anything that Dugtrio should come back to the metagame. Steel types are such a huge, not just steel types, like just, it's insane that this thing can trap anything, and that's the difference between it and Magnezone. You can argue, well, Magnezone gets to trap, why shouldn't we ban it? Magnezone also only has base 60 speed, which is a big deal. It can only trap steel types, which also can circumvent it. If it's Scarf, Leech Seed Protect Ferrothorn beats it. Heatran already beats Magnezone's. Kartana can beat it too, with Sacred Sword. Stuff like that. Steel types in general. Like even bullshit like Aggron, you can die to Earthquake with this shit. Magnezone can beat Magnezone very easily too. So in general, Magnezone is a lot less reliable. Yeah, it'll kill Scizor and shit, something Dugtrio will never ever do. Dugtrio will never trap a Scizor. That shit's never happening. But, you know, Magnezone can do it. Magnezone can also trap Ferrothorn. So that's how I guess they're different. But Dugtrio can trap everything. The ability to trap bullshit like Heatran is out of this world. Tapu Leles, Chanseys, Pex. That shit is epic, bro. Like, Dugtrio can be used on both sides. It can be used to make stall disgustingly broken because once you kill their one wall breaker with your Dugtrio, I mean, you're not going to be able to break their Chansey and Pex and all that bullshit. Or they could use it on the offensive. You know, get rid of your Scarf Cart, your whatever, and then beat you with one of their sweepers. I remember my boy ABR played a tournament game, and he brought this disgusting stall. Quagsire, Toxapex, Heatran, just a whack team, bro. And then he ran into a dude who was running Dugtrio, Manectric, Shift Gear, Mag, offense. And that Dugtrio came in and got rid of Pex, got rid of Heatran. It put in too much work, and then he got swept by, like, Manectric and Magearna. Like, I remember, I was like, damn, like, he just ran into this Dugtrio and got completely sauced. People running Shed Shell on their Pex and stuff like that, and even then it's not enough. Like, Dugtrio, really, I hated what it did to the metagame. I think when Dugtrio was around, it was the worst period of Sun and Moon. I wish I had my teams from back then, but I don't. The earliest teams I have are from 2018, around my S-Tour win. So around like May 2018 are my earliest teams, only like a year-ish old. So I don't have any of the older ones, but I mean, you can see replays and stuff like that. All in all, I believe that it's a good thing that Diggersby. See, I said Nidoking, now I'm saying Diggersby. Bro, I don't even want to say Dugtrio because I haven't seen it in years, bro. I haven't seen him in years. I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, I think Dugtrio is broken. No matter what way you cut it, this thing is always going to be broken in my opinion. I think trapping is uncompetitive, and I really hated what it did for the metagame. I really feel like the metagame was at the least enjoyable time period when this shit was around. And I was very happy with the ban. It took them a lot to ban this thing. They thought about it for a while, and people can always be like, oh, it's not broken, blah, 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 blah. Here's the way I think. So I used to be like that too, okay? First of all, I do think Dugtrio is broken. I think trapping is broken. Dugtrio on its own, yeah, it'd be a shit Pokemon without Arena Trap, obviously. So yeah, maybe you can say Arena Trap is broken, but whatever. I don't care about the specifics. But what I was going to say is, I used to be of the opinion that if it's not broken, don't ban it. That's why I was very mad when Sableye was banned in Gen 6, because I don't think Sableye is broken in Gen 6. It makes Gen 6 less fun, yeah, but it's not broken. But then they did ban it anyway, and I was like, are you serious? And I was mad. But then Gen 6 is pretty fun, so I was like, you know what, even though it's not broken, and I still don't think Sableye is broken in Gen 6, the metagame is more enjoyable without it. Maybe we can retest it because it's been a while, but I don't think it would bring a very positive change. I feel the exact same way about Dugtrio. Maybe there are some arguments that it's not broken, even though I believe it is, and I debate anyone on that shit. But if we brought it back, I don't think it would positively affect the metagame either. Like, I don't see how it would make the metagame good. Great, stall gets better. Great, all your wall breakers and shit are all going to get trapped. Now we have to run Shed Shell. We got to run all these levitating mons. I think Dugtrio would absolutely not bring anything healthy to a metagame at all. It would not make it fun whatsoever. Like, I don't see how... It's not even that fun of a Pokemon to use. It's not like Blaziken and Darkrai and shit where you have the potential to sweep through someone's team. At least that can be enjoyable. All Dugtrio does is you wait 50 turns to bring it in, and then you trap something guaranteed. There's no brain necessary behind it. Like, it's just too much of an advantage. But that's basically my talk on Dugtrio. I knew going into this video I was going to say it was too broken anyway. And then talking about it made me just confirm that it was absolutely out of this world broken. But yeah, Dugtrio, fun Pokemon. I don't think it should come back ever. We'll see in Gen 8 what happens. Even in Let's Go OU, I used the Alolan version of Dugtrio to a lot of success with Iron Head and all that shit. That boy pretty powerful. But yeah, that's the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Glad I was able to give you 2 vids. Like I said, Agency Day is tomorrow, 6 to 7 p.m. Sometime it's going to start then and then go forever. We'll see. On Twitch tomorrow. Go cop the merch. Only 2 more days left to do that. Shouts to Agency. Hope y'all enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Peace.